Hi there, everybody. Happy 4th of July. I am, as you can see, because where I record at in my house don't look like this. I am in a hotel in Amarillo, Texas. Um, it's been a long day. And I wanted to come do this video. Creole Azukar, she asked me if I can do a wax video talking about scent mixes, curation time, and storage. I know I never went over scent mixes. I probably never did curation time, but I did early, maybe about a month or two back, show my storage. And I know I talked about what you put the wax in, like the packaging that you put the wax in. I know I talked about that many a times. But Creole Azukar, she is here on YouTube and she has a great channel. Go check her out, and her name is spelled Creoleazucar. Those are two separate words. So please go check her out. She has a great channel, Creole Azukar. And so this is for her and all of the other new waxies that is looking for some information on these three topics. So scent mixes, we're going to start off with scent mixes. Whoo, those scent mixes, okay. So normally when you do scent mixes with wax companies, those are custom orders. You are basically putting together your own scent into a wax chunk, a wax tart. And I wish I had bought my bag over there, because yes, I did take a box of wax with me to melt, but my daughter brought it into the room. I don't want to leave it in my car because it'll melt. It is hot outside. We are back on the West Coast, Midwest, whatever you want to call it. Southwest, I'm sorry. And I would have showed you the different chunks, not that you haven't already seen them, but what was I saying? That's what I get for going off topic. Scent mixes. Yeah. Oh, custom orders. I'm tired, y'all. Custom orders. So normally when you put together your own scent mixes, they are in custom orders. Yes, a lot of the wax company do custom orders. Some of them do not. They are put together scent mixes, or they'll have you in their Facebook group. They'll have their customers put together scents that they would like to see. I know Sassy Girl Aromas, she does that. All of her customers will every week in the comments will put together a list of scents that they want to see in her restock on Saturdays. And she will go through them and pick out which ones, she want to put in the restock. But you can't just go in and place your order and pick, what scents that you want. But basically, with the scent mixes, oh my goodness, it can be a lot. It can be overwhelming, because these wax vendors, they have a lot of scents. And how I get through it is that I do look at other people, with their blending, when they post, the pictures of their wax chunks or whatever, or what they ordered. But what helps me through it is because I've been mixing Bubble Bistro for the past almost a year, if not a year. And it's kind of the same thing, just putting together scents that you like and that you think will smell good. Although it may or may not smell good, but that's the chance that you have to take. Or you'll put together scents that you think. The only thing with me, like, trying to do it based on Bubble Bistro is it's not really going to be the same exact scent. Of course, y'all know she kind of has her own spin on her fragrances. So a watermelon is not really a straight watermelon. It has other scents mixed in to make her version of watermelon. So, but anywho, that's neither here or there. But that's what helps me put together my scents. And when I know that a company is, sorry I'm moving around so much, but when I know a company is having a custom order, or a custom opening, and I'm going to be putting in a custom order, I plan well in advance because I don't want to be sitting there trying to figure out, because you be sitting there for a long time, because you're not sure, and especially as a new waxy, I just sit there and I plan it out and I go over it, just to make sure it's scents that I want. And I do be sitting there for a while looking, but that's why you give yourself some time, and the product makers do let you know in advance when they are opening, well in enough time to put your list together. Some of them who sell on their Facebook, they'll tell you when they're opening their custom, and some of them the list is so long that you have plenty enough time to look at what other people are mixing that you may want to try when you just feel like you can't put it together yourself because you're new to the company, and what other people put together for their own custom orders, they do look really good. So until you kind of get used to the wax scents, because a lot of them basically use a lot of the same scents. Some of them may be a little different because they may have gotten them for their fragrances from another wholesale company that may have put their little twist on it or whatever, or the product maker may have put their little twist on it. But for the most part, you'll see that a lot of them sell really like the same scents, but some of them will put their own twist on the scent or whatever. So with scent mixes, again, that's where your book comes in, because all of that information when it comes to scent mixes do come in. And what I do with companies that I have not ordered from, as well as companies that I have ordered from, and I want to do a custom order, because my first order may not have been a custom order, it was a RTS, because I want to get it right away. Custom orders do take a longer time because they have to basically make that wax chunk or pie or slice or whatever you ordering for you is RTS is already made. It was basically leftovers from custom orders that they already had, or something that they just put together themselves, and it'll ship out within a week or two. Well, mostly within a week with an RTS. With a custom order, it can take up to a month or more, depending on how they open, if they're, open all the time, or how long the custom list is. For instance, I Heart Wax, her first custom order was my first time trying her. And I think I waited about 4 weeks because I got in really early. I was in like her first top 10, and it took about 4 weeks, I believe. But some people waited about 2 to 3 months, for people that ordered late in the opening. So when you are doing a custom order, it's better to watch the wax vendor page for when they are opening, and don't be the last one and then complaining about the last one to jump in if she opens at 8 a.m. and here you come at 12 noon. When you come at 12 noon, especially if it's a popular vendor, you are going to be waiting a little bit depending on how quick the vendor is. But most of the time with custom orders, it is going to take some time, because people put in large orders, especially if the vendor does not open up that often for custom orders. It's going to take a while. So if you're trying to get in on a custom order with a popular company, be there online at 7:55 if they open it, at least 10 minutes before they open, because them ladies in the wax community, they got hands, they got fingers like Speedy Gonzalez. When I tell you they check out in 5 seconds and have a list this long, oh yeah, they no joke. So that is, and I was going to show you one of my lists, like Glitterati. I do want to place a custom. Their wax is really, really good, but unfortunately, she's still working on her custom, I think from maybe the spring or winter. I don't know. She had a lot of people. She had over 500 or 600 people on that custom list. It's ridiculous, crazy. But this is my custom list that I want to do with Glitterati if I can ever get a chance to get in on the custom list. But I did catch her mystery box, which is basically chunks of wax that they put from custom orders that she has left over from custom orders, and she makes boxes out of them. So a mystery box is, you don't know what you're going to get. So you may not have all of the scents that you want. And it's also a good way to try the wax to see what you like, because certain custom blends that you may not think that you like, you would be really surprised that you really do like it. Like one of them for me, I know I love anything sugary, sweet, candy. I do love bakery too, but I got a wax in a D-stash that was, what was it? It was fresh cut grass and it was fresh cut grass and watermelon, or fresh cut grass and something. And I don't, fresh cut grass. It was fresh cut grass and something. I didn't think I would like it, but it was really nice. I really liked it, and I would order it again, surprisingly. But that wouldn't have been something that I would have ordered. Nothing with fresh cut grass. So you do get some blends in the mystery boxes. If companies order mystery boxes, I would suggest that you go ahead and buy it, because you'd be really surprised at the scents that you would never think that you would like, that you actually would like. And for vendors that you do want to try, do look and see if they have a list for customs to sign up for, because some of them just keep an ongoing list. And like Kimry Ann's, she just keep an ongoing list, and when she gets you to your name, she gets to your name. She doesn't close it off. And her list is pretty long. It's probably, but she goes pretty quick with it, and she picks about 6 people at a time. And some people, because they've been waiting for so long, you know, they just skip or say bump me to the bottom, or for whatever reason. But I've been on Kimry Ann's list for about, I think since March, since I started collecting wax. And I think it's about 6 to 10 people. I'm about 6 to 10 people away from making my custom order. So she's really quick with it. But some companies do close their list off. They'll open it for a short time because they have so many customers, like Glitterati or Rose Girls. They have so many customers with custom wax, and they will pick, let's say some of them will pick 20 of these chunks, and each chunk is a different custom scent. That stuff takes a lot of time. So depending on how big the orders are and how many people they got, they will, most of them will close it off. But some, you know, a few here and there, like Kimry Ann, they will just keep an ongoing list, and whenever she gets to you, she just gets to you, and you just have to wait. So I spent like 13 minutes talking about scent mixes, and I'm gonna have to cut this off at 15 minutes. But anyway, curation time, this will be quick. Curation time, most wax vendors, they'll tell you give it at least 2 weeks. But some of the waxes, the wax vendors that you buy from, the longer you let it sit, the better. It gives the fragrance oil more time to seep into the wax, and it'll give you a better throw the longer you let it sit and cure. But when you first buy wax, especially if it's a Parasoy blend, you need to let it sit for at least 2 weeks. And if you find once you go to melt it, it's not giving much of a throw, let it sit for a little bit longer, maybe a month, 4 weeks. It's hard to do when you're new waxy and you really don't have a lot to melt, and you getting stuff that's just made. That's why it's good to do D-stashes or ready to ship RTS items if the wax vendors offer it. So 2 weeks minimum to as long as you want to maximum. Storage, people use all type of storages. I use a big plastic bin I got from Michael's. Some people use those drawers, you know, that you buy for college students and stuff like that. But just don't leave it out in the sun, or, you know, put it in a cool, dry place like a closet or under your bed or something like that, and get big plastic bins, because the